The Grammy nominations were just announced, and there were several surprises and a few snubs.
That's right. Here to discuss who could walk away with the statue, plus which holiday albums make great stocking stuffers, is pop culture columnist Chaz Kangas. Hey, how are you?
Fantastic. You guys?
Good.
Cool. Happy holidays,
Yes.
Chaz.
Oh, happy holidays. Every single one of them.
All right.
All happy.
All of the holidays.
All the holidays.
Before we get to the holiday albums and the nominations for the Grammys, take us through this process of how they get voted on at the Grammys. You know, who gets nominated, how? I want to vote. Who are these people that are voting?
The Recording Academy, right around the edge of the autumn months, sends out to all the eligible members.
Okay.
Their decisions for their options to vote for their top releases of the year. They ask them to vote in up to 20 areas of expertise, be it things they either worked on or things that they have a particular interest and understanding in. And then the 5 categories that everyone can vote for. So being the record of the year, song of the year, best new artist, the ones that aren't genre exclusive.
Got you.
So I still can vote. Okay, good.
You still can. Yeah, you can vote eventually, but you have to be a member.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they go out tomorrow, the actual ones for the votes for the nominees, so still time to get it right into the line.
Okay, good.
Okay, so Jay-Z, he racked up 9 nominations. Talk to us about how great this album is. I love it, but what do you think? It's my treadmill favorite.
It is the best album to ever be released as a cell phone app. I think far and away it has that distinction. But you could really tell it had a really experimental production to it, really gave it a different sort of a sound, a lot of great collaborations, and it really carried a lot of favor and resonated with a lot of people.
It's true.
So, and plus Tom Ford being such a pop culture staple this year, so.
I did want to like that song because I was like, oh, gross over commercialization, but I love it.
Now it's become so inescapable. You know, it's been perhaps the most referenced song of the year.
It's true.
So.
And his duet with Beyonce is also great, too. I love it.
True.
It's
Now
a
talk
great
to
album.
us about his song Holy Grail as well, because that was even nominated as part of the nominations, and it caused the writers to be nominated for a category they've never been nominated before because they usually do rock.
Yep, yeah. Dave Grohl and the late Kurt Cobain of Nirvana were sampled for that, with Justin Timberlake channeling the "Smells Like Teen Spirit." So yeah, you know, 22 years after its initial release, because it's sampled in a rap record, they get rap nominations.
That's kind of cool, though. A little crossover for them.
Yeah, a little crossover. Okay, so 2 rappers are also up for Best Album. When does that ever happen?
Very rarely. Macklemore and Ryan Lewis's The Heist and Kendrick Lamar's Good Kid, Mad City are both up for Best Album. The first time since 2004 when Outkast and Missy Elliott duked it out for Best Album.
So Outkast won that year. Who's going to win this year?
It could really go either way. Personally, I think the Kendrick Lamar album is just an absolute masterpiece of the genre. The Macklemore and Ryan Lewis definitely had a real big impact on pop culture, and if that wins, given how that was independently released, it could change a lot of things for the music industry.
People may not go through the record label anymore.
They may go just fiercely independent, and it might be more concept song heavy because every song on that record had a message or a theme to it.
That's true.
So. Yeah.
Okay, well now Kendrick Lamar and Macklemore are also up for Best New Artist of the Year. Now, who's going to walk away with the most awards?
It could go either way. They're both very loved, very well respected, both critically and commercial artists. Leaning towards Kendrick Lamar. You know, people really.
You think?
I really think so. You know, Arcade Fire was in a similar situation a few years back. So.
That's right.
Do you mean Kendrick Lamar over Macklemore, or in that category altogether? He's going to take home the award of Best New Artist.
I think both. Although Macklemore did, you know, a lot of people really love that record. Thrift Shop is also inescapable.
I think Macklemore's going to win. I'm sorry.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, no, I'm serious.
Okay, we're taking bets here. We're gonna
Sorry, Chaz. I'm going to win.
Hey, you know, I think if either one wins, we're all winners.
Okay.
That's fair enough. I like that.
I don't really. We'll talk about that later.
Well, we have to talk about Kendrick Lamar also, because last year a lot of people were upset that he did not get nominated for a Grammy. But this year he's being nominated for several for the same album that was out last year. So what happened?
It's because the cutoff date was September 30th. It's somewhat confusing in the realm of Grammy nominations, just to make sure every nomination gets out before the end of the year so it can set up and allow the voting process to happen. So September 30th is the cutoff.
So it's not January to January?
Unfortunately, no.
So September to September. That's interesting. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, and just for clarity, the difference between the best song and the best record, break it down.
All right, well, Song of the Year is strictly a songwriting award. It's whoever penned it, and it's the award given to who did the actual writing on the song. Record of the Year is for the entire finished song, the product that we hear just every facet of how it finally sounds.
Okay,
okay.
So let's start with the snubs.
Yes.
Justin Timberlake's 2020 experience. What happened? I thought this was a shoo-in for a nomination for Album of the Year.
You know, it was huge.
They love JT.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
top of the charts.
Yeah.
You know,
What happened?
It could have been people were split as to, and the confusion with him putting out 2 albums this year, that might have led to a split on it.
Okay.
But, you know, it's one of those things where sometimes these things fall through the cracks. And, you know, I think that as well as, you know, Kanye West Yeezus in terms of 2 things that were just so huge this year not being nominated. So I'm sure we'll hear about it from both of them on Twitter.
Oh, yeah.
So.
Kanye will go up and take the award. I deserve this award.
I'm gonna let you finish. But I deserve the award for Best Album of the Year.
I'm taking this Polka Award just because I know I deserve it.
I'm the greatest.
Yeah.
Now, why do you think he was snubbed, though?
It could really be just because the confusion over that and the other one coming out. It could also be because that came out so much earlier in the year than a lot of these other ones have had such more of a presence, and the fact that he had to really finish the promotion of the last record to really get the new one out for this new record that just came out. You know, Take Back the Night was really the new one that was pushed when the nominations were being tallied together. So
That song is great. Okay, but Yeezus, how was that ignored? Is it just because of Kanye's antics? People just don't want to give him an opportunity to get up on stage and
it could
act
be.
up.
He ranted about the Grammys earlier this year, didn't have the most flattering things to say about it. A shock from Kanye. It could also be it was such a polarizing minimalist record that there wasn't any real sure shot single on it like in previous records. Bound 2 being perhaps the exception, but that wasn't found as a single until about 2 weeks back with that video. But otherwise, you know, not too many were like, oh yeah, you know, I'm just gonna go to the club, get down to New Slaves and Black Skinhead, gonna have a good time. So even though I love both of those records.
Great. Okay, so let's talk about Lorde. I thought she was a shoo-in for Best New Artist. I thought she was not only going to get nominated, but actually win. She wasn't even nominated. What happened?
No, the prevailing theory in that right now is the fact that it was this one song of hers that was so huge, which, you know, got plenty of other nominations. However, Best New Artist, people think it has the prestige of showing you've already done enough in your first year. She's really only had the one song.
But it was a good song, though.
Oh, it was. So.
And it was really popular. It was at the top of the charts for 9 weeks straight. She's only 16. She has a great backstory. I just didn't get it.
Maybe they should have a one.
You're like, whatever. She only.
Chaz isn't feeling it. He's like, no,
Chaz is
one
like,
song.
one song.
They can maybe, you know, like the best super newish artist or the best even newer artist and then best new artist. So
I'm telling you, one-hit
Perhaps,
wonders.
yeah.
That's what the category needs to be. All right, so maybe all those that were snubbed will cheer up a little bit after hearing CeeLo Green's Christmas album. Who knew he even had a Christmas album that was nominated for a Grammy?
Yep, CeeLo's Magic Moment.
Yes.
Yeah, you know, it's enough that he's on the, you know, the #1 ranked TV show in his demographic, and Goody Mob put out another record this year too. But I remember like when the CeeLo's Magic Moment came out that last year, as much as I enjoyed it, my mother enjoyed it a lot for a lot of the more jazzier takes on Christmas standards.
Your mom was listening to CeeLo?
Who doesn't listen to CeeLo?
Okay.
So.
You got a hit mom.
I do indeed. The thing that had me tight about it when it came out was the fact that, you know, it's been so long since CeeLo had actually rapped, and the one rap verse on that entire Christmas album came from beloved Muppet Peppy the Prawn. However, CeeLo has since rectified it by rapping a lot on the new Goody Mob album. So, you know, it's things are coming up CeeLo.
All right.
Very interesting.
So other hot Christmas albums we should be on the
Yes.
lookout for.
This is a compilation one you mentioned earlier. What's that?
Now Christmas is probably the definitive Christmas compilation record that's been released. It's 2 discs, everything from Frank Sinatra, Dean Martin, just all the holiday standards you want to hear year-round can all be found on here. So if anyone's looking to start a great Christmas collection, it can be heard on those great 2 discs.
All right, Now Christmas.
Now Christmas.
Okay, got
Well, you
it.
know, Mary J. Blige also has a new Christmas album out, and I recently had an opportunity to sit down and ask her about it. Let's hear what she had to say.
All right.
Tell us about this album, how it's going to be different from all the other Christmas music we hear.
I mean, well, it's out now, and it's my first ever Christmas album. It's David Foster produced, and there's 12 classic, traditional Christmas songs on there. And there's a duet with Barbara Streisand, a duet with the Clark sisters, a duet with Mark Anthony, a duet with Jessie J, and then, all of your favorite Christmas songs I sing, like I sing them.
The Mary J. Blige way.
Exactly.
What did you think about the album?
You know, I think it's a lot more traditional than I was expecting. I was sort of anticipating more of a, I guess a Christmas version of You're All I Need to Get By. But, perhaps Method Man couldn't make it down the chimney this year. But, I enjoyed it, hearing your take on different seasonal things, and the song with Barbara Streisand on there, too, who also has her essentially greatest Christmas hits record out this year of her previous Christmas collection. So, yeah, it's, always good to have some Mary J. Blige under the tree.
Yeah. Yeah, Johnny Mathis. He has an album. a
Mr. Christmas.
album.
Yep.
He's still making music?
He's still making music.
As long as there's a Christmas, it's always going to be a Johnny Mathis.
Wow.
This is his 7th Christmas album of new material.
Okay.
So.
And then how old is he now? Like 78 or something?
Yep, 78.
Wow.
Hey, Johnny.
Okay.
Okay,
Now-
Duck Dynasty.
oh my gosh.
They have a Christmas album? Come on.
No, I know. Once you're that much of a hit on A&E and a full-blown cable
Oh, God,
phenomenon,
look at this
you gotta
album
put out it
cover.
out. Yep, duck the halls, ladies and gentlemen.
Duck the Halls.
Do you hear a lot of shooting in the background? Or ducks
Hopefully.
quack quack?
You know, we've had the Jingle Bell Dog song for so many years. Why not give ducks a chance?
They don't actually sing.
Oh, they do.
No.
Do they?
No.
Is it good?
Oh, it's Duck the Halls. How could it not be? So,
I don't know. I may have
Yeah,
to
no.
look this one up just because I'm just in such
Oh,
disbelief.
yeah, I'm sure it's something that, you know, for the fans who can't get enough of the show, it's the perfect thing to put, you know, right next to the duck collar and the stocking.
Okay, we'll have to
So.
get our boss Eugenia that for Christmas
Oh.
then. She loves that show.
Yeah, so she can shoot you like a duck. Mariah Carey.
Uh-oh.
The best Christmas album ever, don't you think?
Oh, we all fell in love with her, you know, in that classic video and All I Want
Yes.
for Christmas. Everyone from The Roots to Justin Bieber's covered it. So, no, it's just year round. It's something you always put on. Everyone just gets right in that festive holiday mood.
So true. It's not the holidays until this album starts playing on the
Definitely.
radio.
You can have to just loop it, just play it over, and especially like when you're decorating the tree, you want to play that. Another fan favorite is the Jackson 5 Christmas album. We love that in my house.
That's a good one.
Dan, what do you think? This is the first time that they actually did a Christmas album, the first and only Jackson 5 Christmas album. So that's kind of hot.
Yeah, it's all they needed to do in terms of the holidays. Just when you have like those standards, you know, it can just be played year round, and records like that just live on forever.
That's true. And Bing Crosby's White Christmas is also another classic. Any more classics we should be on the lookout for?
Oh, my personal favorite, film director John Waters put together a collection called A John Waters Christmas.
Are
of
you
a lot
serious?
It's of a lot of great obscure Christmas songs that often get overlooked. From a lot of great covers like Tiny Tim's version of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer to more like regional classics like Kim's Santa Claus is a Black Man. It's so many great songs that are really only available
That
on
one
the
sounds
CD.
good to me.
So, yeah.
Okay. All right.
Stormy Weather's A Street Carol is on there too. Just one of my
Okay.
all-time favorite pure vocal Christmas songs. So, yeah,
Interesting.
I always give it year-round play.
I'm going to
Okay.
stick with Mariah Carey.
There you go.
Can't go wrong with Mariah.
You can't go wrong. Now, before you go, you know we have to have you spit a few lyrics for us. So can you rap us to break a nice little Christmas rap?
Well, Christmas is the season for rapping. Every year I try to put out a new Christmas song. So, Santa's life, I'm living it. Show me a tree, I'm trimming it. Bought a gift and I'm giving it, but first I gotta ribbon it. Paper, I gotta glitter it, little more than a little bit. Pretty soon when they're ripping it, they most likely won't litter it. That tag will deliver it too from an limerick quick. So when I'm sticking it, if little kids are illiterate, call me. Yo, they still in it, the M&M and skittle it, quivering just a little bit like, yeah, Chaz, you killing it.
Woo! Dang! I was trying to keep up like, wow.
Me too. I was like,
you're killing it. Yeah, right.
Happy New Year.
We're all in the shopping mode. I gotta do it double time, so.
Wow.
That was nice.
Yeah.
All right, Chaz.
That was
I hear you.
All right, when are you going to be releasing this album? We want to get your Christmas album.
Yep,
Look.
ChazKangas.bandcamp.com. So it's
Okay.
all up and it's all free. So it fits anyone's holiday budget perfectly.
Oh, I like
right.
that. We'll be checking you out, downloading you for the tree trimming.
All right.
All right, Chaz.
And you're watching Arise Entertainment 360. Let's put it. Happy holidays.